Jeez.
So basically, life is going like this. So what you want to do is find a way of getting your HGH levels up. I have been searching for this from the day we started the show. I've been looking for ways of increasing HGH naturally, because I don't like getting the injections. Leslie Bonsi is joining us. She says we can do this naturally without injections. I am curious about this. She's the director of sports nutrition at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, and she's here to reveal the 3 key components your body needs to make HGH. The first, you would argue, is to make HGH has to do with resistance. So what does that mean, resistance?
When we talk about resistance, and actually I'm 95, see, this is why it works.
Congratulations.
So there you go.
When you like to look at 95, it's good.
When we talk about resistance, what we're talking about is lifting weights. The good news is you don't have to do this for a long period of time, even 10 minutes, but you have to not just flap your arm. We're looking at lifting a heavy weight, or perhaps it's using your legs and lifting. You could sit in a chair and do it, but you have to use a resistance band, or you actually use weights.
Do you ever do that?
A little bit, not so much lately. I mean, it's hard to fit it in, but that's easy. That's just a few minutes.
That's easy.
So.
Okay, the second step, next component to make HGH has to do with deep sleep. Not just any sleep, but deep sleep.
And what we're talking about is about 8 hours of sleep a night. And interestingly, the body produces more of the growth hormone in that first hour. But that means sound sleep. So my rules about that are no exercise 2 hours before you go to bed. No eating 2 hours before you go to bed, no caffeine in the afternoon, and a comfortable sleeping environment. Cool, quiet, comfortable clothes.
This is the main reason I focus on sleep.
That's huge. I mean, I think a lot of us eat right before going to sleep, which is, I know it's bad, but I didn't realize it affected all of this.
Well, it affects it. In fact, I think the reason I think sleep is so valuable for us looking good is because it helps our HGH levels naturally.
Wow.
The final tip is the most important tip. Let's look at this. And this has to do with amino acids. Now, some of you are doing some exercise with muscle building. Some of you are getting your sleep. There are not a lot of us doing this step. Leslie, why are amino acids so important?
We talk about amino acids as the building blocks of protein. That's what it is. And so we're talking about eggs and fish and meat and poultry and even soy, nuts, seeds, and beans. They all have amino acids in them. And amino acids also are the building blocks for hormones. So if you don't have them in, you are not going to be able to produce them. It is critically important. And so I really look at all 3 of these things. It is the resistance, it's the sleep, it's the eat. This is the cake. But sometimes we got to sweeten it up a little bit. We might need to think about a supplement.
All right, so how likely to incorporate, you mentioned sleep and resistance, amino acids into your life?
If it will give me more energy, I will do it all. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you all a question. How many of you want to start feeling 20 years younger right now? Most of you?